All right, let's talk about shortcuts. Where do these shortcuts come from? What are they? How come we use them? Or really, more accurately, how come they use us? So for example, of a shortcut, you know, if you were walking down the street and you saw a piano being hoisted up to a window by a moving company using a rope and pulley, not only would you realize you were just transported back in time to where pianos were hoisted into windows by ropes and pulleys, but if you saw that along your path to work, you wouldn't need to do a whole lot of calculation to just move across the street and not walk underneath the piano. You wouldn't need to know the data, the tensile strength of the rope. You wouldn't need to know any of that stuff. You would just make a snap judgment and move across the street. Why? Because your brain is designed to save your life. Okay, your brain is designed to have you do as little thinking as possible in any situation that has a multiple of different outcomes that are uncertain. It's designed to have you take the quickest, safest outcome. Okay, moving across the street is a no-brainer because your brain knows that if that rope breaks, you're going to wind up like Wile E. Coyote, except you're not going to get the unflatten yourself, okay? So you just move across the street. You didn't think about it. You didn't rationally go through any set of calculations to determine that was the best course of action. You just moved across the street. It was a mental shortcut, could potentially save your life. So there's nothing wrong with mental shortcuts. I'm not denigrating them. I'm not saying they shouldn't. They are absolutely a product of natural selection. Totally makes sense. Now, what the problem with shortcuts is when they come up all the time. You wind up using them, or really they wind up using you in situations where they are detrimental, where a fast decision is not necessary, where some thought would actually make a difference. But your brain can't distinguish from that. Your brain is on a mission to have you not think things through, to make snap judgments, to make things easier. And the heuristics, the shortcuts, the cognitive biases that we're going to talk about, all are different variations of ways that your brain is wired to keep you from thinking something all the way through. That's not an issue 99% of the time. 99% of the time, there's no consequence. In fact, if it makes it, if it changes what toothpaste winds up in your shopping cart, or if it winds up changing the beer you buy, fine, who cares? It's 99 cents. It's not a big deal. And in fact, there's billions of dollars designed to play on these shortcuts to make sure you wind up with the right toothpaste in your cart. It's when those shortcuts impact you in a significant way, which I'm saying the buying or selling of your house is one of those occasions. You do it very rarely. It costs more money than anything else you buy or sell. And its impact is greater than anything else. You don't touch anything physically or emotionally more than you get touched by your house. So this is a big deal transaction where maybe possibly slowing down would make a difference. So why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because your house is the most expensive, most impactful, rarest transaction of your life. That is, you don't spend any more money for anything, you don't do anything less frequently, and you don't have anything that touches your life any more than your house. So slowing down, not using your snap judgments, not using your gut, not going with a good feeling I got about this guy, or I like this house, none of that, but actually looking to see what rationally makes sense, what's most likely to produce a result in your best interest, is going to make sense. And you need to know that your brain is wired to do the opposite. Your brain is wired to argue for these shortcuts. So we're going to look at 5 cognitive biases that greatly impact the rationality of your home buying so that you can notice them when they come up and you can see them in the process and you can make a smarter, better decision, more likely to produce the result you want. That's the purpose of this book. That's the purpose of these videos. So the next step are, what are the 5 shortcuts?